I've seen a little bit of the film, and I think it's so interesting because of where we are right now. Tell me a little bit why you decided to take on this subject and kind of mix in the whole Texas scene.
Well, I grew up in Texas, so I'm a Filipino from Texas, so this is a story about a Filipino Texan. And as a Filipino American, immigration is always on our minds, and it's always an issue that's one of the biggest issues in our lives. And I think all too often we talk about border issues in Latinx community when it comes with immigration, but this is a major issue for the Asian American community too. As far as the music goes, I think the idea of having a character whose dream is to do almost the most American thing you could do, which is to be a country music singer, was a kind of unrequited love that we began. She loves something that doesn't love her back. So that was just a great starting point for the story, and a great entry point for people to latch onto a character I hope they fall in love with and empathize with and know that that she's just a human being like the rest of us.
Whenever you see films like this, obviously there aren't that many, which is why you wrote it, but why is it so important to give characters just different things about them that make them so special and not just one-dimensional?
Well, I've always said that the things that are most universal are the more specific you are, the more universal the story is. People long to see stories that are authentic and not cliched, and so that was really important for me to tell a story of a character we haven't seen before, and yet feels authentic and real. But I think the more specific you are and the less cookie cutter, the more people can feel it's a real story.
And working with Dale, I mean, we love him here in Austin. How great was that to have, a guy like him on the film?
Dale is the heart and soul of the movie and of the music in the movie. And we shot in his house, we shot in the locations he plays, we shot Broken Spoke, we shot Sea Boys. And Austin is kind of the other character, and Dale is Mr. Austin. So I think people are going to be introduced to his music, but also I'm really excited for people to see him as an actor. He's an extraordinary actor, so I'm excited for everybody to see his performance.
We can't ignore the casting of Leah Salonga. I mean,
Yes.
anybody who knows anything about music and musicals and everything, why did you choose her to be a part of this?
Well, as a Filipino growing up in America, she was the only iconic person who made it into mainstream media for many, many years. Even to this day, she's probably the most famous Filipino. She was Mulan, she was Jasmine in Aladdin, she was, of course, Miss Saigon. And so to have her in this film, which I'm proud to say is the first Filipino film distributed by a major Hollywood studio for a theatrical release ever. So to have this icon to be in my film is historic and wonderful, and I couldn't be more proud.